You got the infinite tunnel of doom. Come on, let's get the Doom theme song playing. Nope. Okay. Well, sharing my screen. Everybody can see me, right? Everybody can see me good. Cool. Credit to the Morgal for the death of the globe. We're just going to go through, do a few pictures from my Flat Earth Proofs folder. Let me see. Maybe I should get shit in the chat. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody's going to be talking anyway. I doubt anybody's even on right now. But, well, there you go. Just had biscuits and gravy for breakfast, by the way. And I tell you what, if they fucking made biscuits and gravy flavored globes, I might get back into it. But anyway, here we can see that Photoshop check with GIMP. You can take any photo into GIMP and see if it's real or not. You can see the lines here, composite lines where they composite it all together. There's no single picture of Earth from space. It's real. We always believe these blue marble pictures all the time. Our whole life growing up, since they taught us as little babies. But yeah, testing, cool, good. See, fake ass pictures. Fake ass pictures. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to keep or get the chat bar up without having to bring this up to show everyone else. But oh well, whatever. I'll figure it out eventually, guys. Bear with me. This is a learning process. Fake, 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 pixelated. Fake as fuck. Pixelated. Oh, here's BOB. Where's the curve at? Controlled opposition. Yay or nay? I do not know. Shit. I need to figure out how to get this chat to stay or to come up. Maybe that'll work. No. I don't know. Fucking son. I'm tired, man. I've been out for like 24 hours. I shouldn't be doing this. I'm just doing a test. I'm making myself look stupid, but who cares? Not in a full, complete right mindset to do this, but there's a little something to look at, a little food for thought. The Earth makes a full rotation every 24 hours. After 6 months, day would be night, night would be day. It would invert. But that doesn't happen, so what does that tell you, huh? Check the pixels, baby. Check the pixels. That shit is not, there's no blah, blah, blah. Not a fucking globe. We don't live on a ball. We don't live, to quote Dell from Beyond the Imaginary Curve, we don't live on a testicle flying through outer space. That's for sure. Probably should have prepared a little more for this, but anyway. These are just some of the dumb pictures I pulled off the internet that I've saved to use as proofs. This off a YouTube video. Drew a line over. 5 pixels up. You don't actually see any curve. That's not a very good one. I got a better one in a second. Ta-da, water. Water find its level. Fluid mechanics 101, baby. Just because you run around your neighborhood doesn't make your neighborhood a ball. So why would it have to be the same? And I'm not endorsing the AE map. Let me go and ahead and say that again. I don't have an official model because I don't think we have enough information to make such a decision. I think it'll be a little bit hasty to say that we do because the sun always sets in the southwest no matter where you're at. From what I've heard from other people in Australia, here in the U.S. I don't know. I don't endorse a model because I don't think we have a model to endorse. I just know we don't live on a ball. I know the heliocentric model is just a bunch of assumption fucking bullshit. Yep, just go 5 pixels up right here on each side. 5 pixels up right here. Draw a line across it. Just did that in paint, and there's no curve to be seen. This is actually a real picture. I took this, or I didn't take this. Downloaded this to check it in GIMP to see if it was a true. Fuck, I need to figure out how to get. Hey, what up, guys? I got 2 of y'all watching me. Shout out, motherfuckers. 3, holy shit. I gotta figure out how to get chat. Hey, anyone there? Hey. Oh, that's just in Google Hangouts. Hang on. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to get the chat so I can see what y'all are saying. Doing this through Google Hangouts on air, but can't figure it out, man. Damn. Shit's a little bit confusing for a first timer, y'all. I feel like shit because I'm usually good at this stuff with computers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do to get the fucking comments in, guys. Google that shit for me, because I'm losing my mind right now. I've been up for like 24 hours straight. Couldn't sleep last night. Yeah, we'll take chat off there. Yeah, I'm streaming through Google Hangouts. So somebody say something. Type in the chat. No, that ain't gonna work. Motherfucker. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out at a different time, guys, because this ain't working. I guess we'll just go through and finish these real quick. This is how you check if a picture's fake. I did the same thing with this picture that I did to this one. You can see the difference. GIMP is a good freeware program. Original, Photoshop check. Original, Photoshop check. Original, Photoshop check. Original, Photoshop check. You know, balls, but not like the ones I got hanging between my legs. People don't know their true power, that's for damn sure, or we wouldn't be in this mess. Tesla was a fucking genius. We all know that. Einstein was bogus. Relativity is bullshit. They're pseudoscientists, not regular scientists. Yeah, I swear to God, next time I do this, guys, it's gonna be better. I'm gonna figure out how to get the live chat. Or I might just end up using a different encoder instead of using Google Hangouts. Don't argue with these motherfuckers. Don't argue with these globe worshippers, because it's like giving medicine to the dead. You're just gonna waste your time. I drew this up in paint. It's kind of a crappy thing, but yeah. Light rays are never parallel like they tell you they're coming in on Earth. They wouldn't. I mean, maybe they would seem to hit parallel from such a far distance away, I guess is their point, but light rays always diverge from their source. Right? Right? Common sense tells you that. More arguments I have with people. Again, Tesla's a genius. It's only a matter of time before they run out of steam. I have a strong and firm belief that that people are just going to shoot themselves. Like, I feel like, you know how they say you can't fix stupid, but I feel it deep down that stupid is going to fix itself. That we're just doing a little bit of what we can right now to wake enough people, or wake those up that are going to be woke up, you know. But Vacuums, vacuum chamber, always require a barrier. Full pressure system always requires a barrier. Some CGI for your ass. And that's what they really look like. They're just fucking lights in the sky. It's one of my biggest things. People point at why are you pointing at the sky to prove to me what we live on? Right? Why do you got to point up there? Why can't you keep it grounded in reality? Why the fuck are you pointing up to the sky to prove something that's below you that you're standing on? What the fuck kind of logic is that, people? But anyway, flat water, but on a ball, apparently. We've been through this shit before, guys. Water finds its level, always. Water finds its level, always. And I like to go on, look at this line right here and see how it's perfectly parallel with the water level. There's no deviation, there's no curve as far as you go back. Water must be contained, folks, within a container. Never once in any experiment you'll ever do will you ever get water to conform to the exterior of a container. Always contained within. Yep. Water finds its level. Water finds its level, obviously. Where's the curve at, y'all? Show me the curve. Please. That's all I ask. Oh, well, there's a shitty stream for you guys. How'd you like it? Shitty stream with no comments, no fucking blah, blah, blah. This sucks, man. I can't even get input from y'all. This sucks. Jesus. Hang on, y'all want to hang out with me for just a second? I'm going to try to how to get comments on Google YouTube live stream. No, I don't want to embed chat. Google Hangouts on air. Damn. Yeah, that'll work. Maybe. How can presenters see comments from the live chat on YouTube streaming page? Click the edit button on your Hangout on air event. Go to advanced settings and click enable live chat. Advanced. Yeah, it's enabled. But that's not on a... Huh. Oh, do I have to go to the watch page? Oh, okay. Yo, what up, Timothy? What up, Curved Water? I can see y'all now, but I don't know if I'll be able to present to you. Yeah, see? That right there. That's the way it works. YouTube live chat messages do not appear in the Hangout window. You'll just have to keep an eye on the chat in YouTube. You said you use Camerify? What I'm saying, or what problem I'm having is how to live stream while and be able to see comments without having the comments on the screen. Do you know how to adjust the screen size for whenever you're streaming from the Hangout or the screen share? You know. I can see it. Yeah, I can see it right now. If y'all can hear me, I know y'all can. Just how to make the screen size smaller or the screen share size smaller, so I can Oops. Nope, that's not it. Huh. Yep. I suck, guys. Explain the sunset then. What do you mean the sunset? You want to come and argue with me? You don't want to argue with me. I'm telling you. Yo, Timothy said that he's learning how to screen share and how to stream live. He's not talking about. All right, you want to come argue with me? Ask me a question. Explain the sunset. You ever heard perspective? You know a convergence, line of convergence? Okay, okay. Fair enough. Does anybody watching this here? I'm watching the chat right now. Either of y'all know how to change the screen share size in Google Hangouts so I can have the chat over here in the side? Yeah, me neither, man. I'm learning how. This is the first one. This is just a trial run. Huh. Let me see. More settings, no apps. Control room. No, this is all for just Hangouts on Air. I don't know if I'm going to do this Hangouts on Air. I'm probably going to have to download a third-party encoder. I said line of convergence, man. You're obviously misinterpreting what I'm saying, dude. What do you mean fix the Hangout? I don't think I'm going to be able to fix the Hangout. I can't have the live chat and present with you at the same time, which I'm not really even going to present anymore. I'm done showing you the pictures. So we can just do the argument. Let's argue, dude. Let's debate. Let's debate. What you got? Explain the sunset. Negator, you gonna be rude, dude? Come on, man. Your perspective, like, all right, imagine standing in a hallway, right? Here, we'll do this. Imagine standing in a hallway. The hallway is square, right? It's the same size the whole way, but it appears to get smaller as it goes. And you like a picture standing in a hallway. Got it? It appears to. The lines of convergence get smaller and smaller to your vanishing point. The sun does shrink and grow. Are you shitting me? You people are fucking delusional. I'm not even joking. I kind of like arguing with you. It adds fuel to the fire. Man, here, hang on. Let me find something real quick. Damn it. Dark in here. I can't see my keyboard. I'm out of my mind. Well, hey. Hey, man, look. I might as well be explaining unicorns. I might as well be saying unicorns exist to you guys, right? From your perspective, if flat earth is such bullshit, then why are you arguing with me, dog? I didn't watch the eclipse. I was at work. That's beside the point. Stay on fucking track, dude. Stay on track. Stay on track with me here now. Exactly, just facts. And a line of your. Oh man. Does the hallway actually get smaller? Does it actually? I'm not even. I don't like labels. I don't like labels. But hey, answer this. Riddle me this. Why? That's exactly the point. How old are you, dude? You don't get it. You don't get it. I'm saying unicorns exist, right? But you're arguing with me, saying that they don't. You mean globeheads? I got a video for you on that one. Y'all are stupid. Stupid with two O's. This is great. I said labels are limiting. Yeah, you're not just a globe worshiper either. You're also a dumbass. I mean, there's a bunch of them there. There's a bunch of labels I could call you, but none of them will entirely encompass who you are as a person. I'm a lie. What do I have to lie at you? I'm not the one stealing $20 billion of fucking taxpayer money. Come on, you fucking bitch. Come on, use your fucking brain. Think for yourself. What do you mean I can't explain the sunset? Just explain the sunset. Just because you don't accept my explanation doesn't mean. I love arguing with you motherfuckers. It's like adding fuel to the flame. Yeah, which is it? Is it a sphere, an oblate spheroid, or is it a fucking pear? My explanation is provably false. Explain it. Explain how. My hallway example works perfectly. Stupid lying cunt. Out here, let me go ahead and approve all these messages. You guys are getting mad. You mad, bro? Hey, Timothy. Thank you, brother. Sean G. Thank you, brother. Hey, our curved water, red hair. Are you that desperate for attention, Negator? You come to argue with someone who's full of shit? All right, Negator, curved, Sean, not Sean. You, the Globers. I'm just an idiot. Okay. Why are you getting mad at an idiot? I'm not sending you my fucking link. Fuck off. Fuck off. You're on my stream, buddy. You're on my stream. You're on my stream. How am I arguing with you? You came to me. God, I love this shit. You guys are insane. Pussy. Okay. Oh, I love you guys. I love you so much. Oh, I love you. Just, I love it. Adding fuel to the flame. No, dude, I won't ever block them. Nah, man. No, I love them. I love them. I can't block them. They add fuel to the flame. How else am I going to burn myself up? Maybe if I burn hot enough, they'll come worship me like they do the sun. You say the sun doesn't get bigger and smaller? Let me see this real quick. I haven't actually. Let me see. Let's see. Sun time lapse, right? With a filter. Yeah, Sean. This is my first official stream. What do you mean I think the sun shrinks? I'm not going to sit here and assert something that I don't know to be fact. I know the earth is flat and motionless. It is a three-dimensional plane and it does not move. Sagnac effect. Michelson Morley. Have you heard of any of these experiments? You guys want to cherry pick on shit that's so small and doesn't matter, but you really don't know. You can cherry pick and red herring all you want. The angular, what the? That's fine. Let them show up. I love the trolls. Like I said, they add fuel to the flame. They keep me burning hot. I love it. As long as Timothy, Sean, and as long as you guys are here, I don't understand. Aries failure, Michelson Morley, the Sagnac effect. Same those man, you guys just don't understand. You guys just don't understand. I don't believe anything, man. I know what I can prove for myself. Here, let's start with one. Let's start with one, okay? Water must be contained. That's exactly right, Timothy. Exactly right, Multi-Tom. The earth does not move. That is proven empirically via the scientific method. Dude, water doesn't go up on a flat earth. It remains level. That's the whole point. Water flows uphill on the fucking ball. Oh, geez. Gotta love you guys. What the fuck does the angular diameter of the sun have to do with anything? Dude, math is just a tool. You can use math to fucking say whatever you want. Let's go to my one to smoke 1 million blunts in a lifetime. All right. Let's look at this. I'm gonna say this: water must be contained within the interior of a container. What do you have to say to that, huh? Negator, negator. Oh, I love you guys. Come on, trolls, bring it on, bring it on. A famous former Freemason president, you may have heard of him, said, American people don't believe anything until they see it on television. That's right. I know, right, Sean? Why do you want to come into my hangout? Is this not good enough for you? Oh, shit. All right, all right. Maybe we should. Hey, let's take a vote. Well, there's only three people here. Sean, three people that are support me here. Hey, Sean G, Timothy, and Multi Tom. Let's take a vote. Should I let Negator on to argue with him? Well, there's a delay, man. I'm not poorly following the conversation. There's a delay, and I'm addressing multiple people at once. I'm not following anything poorly. Oh, Sean, the Hoary Sheet Show. What up? Will he crush me? I think I'm gonna let him in. Okay, okay. That's 1-1. Multi Tom, you're the tiebreaker. Oh, I don't care if they snipe me. I'll just restart. Dude, it's my first live stream. It's just a silly little test, really. Okay, that's 2-3. We got a tiebreaker. Let me get the Google Hangout. I don't care if you snipe me or not. It's just a small little stupid chat. Let me figure out how to work this because I'm stupid and I don't know how to work the Google Hangout because it's my first time using it. Hang on. Let's see. Hey, explain to me how to let you in. All right, he doesn't snipe. That's cool. That's cool. He doesn't. He doesn't. All right. Invite people. There's the. All right. There we go. Should I search you under Negator XX? Hey, if you're gonna come on here and insult me, I guess I'll have to deal with it. But I think it's funny. I love you guys. All right, Tim. All right, Multi-Tom. Hey, Negator XX, go into your, I'm sending you a private YouTube message with the Hangout link. It's sent. Negate's going to destroy me. Let's do this. I want to get destroyed by a Glober. But let's try to keep this on one point. Don't be fucking hopping from point to point, all right? Don't be hopping left and right now. All right, I'm waiting for Negator. I sent him a YouTube link or a Hangout link through YouTube. Hey, it's fine. I get you, brothers. I know what you're saying. Shout out Dave. Shout out to everybody, all the new ones. I've been in Flat Earth for about 1.5 2 years now. The line's a little fuzzy because I smoked a lot of weed for a long time. Oh, Tim, you're back. Cool. So Negate's supposed to be coming on. Go here. Let me see. Let me figure out how to get you on here. I'll go to Creator Studio. Yeah, go to Creator Studio, then go to the Community tab. No. Yeah, and then go down to Messages. Creator Studio, Community tab, Messages tab. Hey, Dave, be nice now. Be nice now. We don't want to scare the Globies off yet. We gotta let them get on the right way, right? Love you guys. Shout out to the supporters. I didn't expect people to be on this good or this fast. Shout out Dave. Damn, I think we got more flat earthers in here than we do Globies. And I'm not even moderating. Yeah. You can type in youtube.com/messages.
All right, am I in?
I believe so. I can hear you.
All right, yeah. I don't know why it's so hard to go find messages in YouTube. So I'm Negator.
Hello, it's Chris. Changed my name short. I changed it and fucking YouTube wouldn't let me change it back within 30 days. But I just want to set some ground rules that I want you to know that I'm not going to change your mind and you're not going to change my mind. As we all know, debate is not to change anybody's mind. It's for the third party just to clarify a position. We can agree on that, right?
I mean, I'm going to do my best, but I got a real short period of time too.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll let you start.
So I don't, I don't want you, I wouldn't want you to say, well, Negator said this, and that's why I believe this. I don't personally want to change my mind. What I'd rather do is show you something that's compelling to you, and then you decide.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I like I said, I only got about 20 minutes, and I was watching some other show earlier, and that's why, kind of out of the blue, we all showed up here.
Right.
And I don't know what it is.
I appreciate you showing up. I like the discourse because it helps broaden a perspective and sharpen discernment. So either way, if we're not going to agree.
Yeah. It's for some of us, I think it's almost like, I don't know why I'm kind of attracted to the confrontation of it. I don't know.
Hell, who knows? Maybe you're a truth seeker. Maybe one day you'll come to the truth side instead of pushing this fucking blatant lie. But whatever.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. I found this a long time ago after watching 9/11 videos and Sandy Hook stuff, and
yeah,
it made me think. At a minimum.
Well, yeah, but, I mean that's like all the flat earthers I know are like, they understand. They are the most awake when it comes to the mass deception and the the conspiracy. Like flat earth really is the biggest conspiracy. Like, how are we ever going to get a solid grounding in reality and an understanding and a proper understanding if we don't even know where we are, or why we're here,
I'll also say, just since you're new to, I guess, the YouTube, the live thing, I don't know. I assume you've been on YouTube watching videos, but most from our perspective, from people that disagree with flat Earth perspective, most channels, the vast majority, will sort of just blanket ban folks that come in and want to argue. So it's kind of refreshing to be able to talk about it.
Right. Right.
You
Like
know,
I was saying, I appreciate the discourse. And like I said, even if you're being vehemently hateful, it still adds fuel to the flame. And I feed off that negative energy and turn it into something productive. So,
right. Well, I'd be honest. I have been vehemently hateful with some individuals because they really get folks going. And if somebody comports themselves reasonably, then I got no problem also being reasonable.
right. Right.
But the
It's
so
a very rare trait of people of your cult.
if that's what you want to call it. So, uh, like I said, I only got about 15. I'll try to talk a couple of the points that the guys are bringing up. The first was the perspective of the sun and it shrinking and growing and all that. And I'm familiar with the argument you got and the video that I think Dearth put out. It showed a sun sort of shrinking through some clouds over a desert. Does that sound familiar?
I'm not sure. I've seen some, but like I said, that's not going to be a staple of my argument because it's not something that it's. There are more valid and more fundamental points that can't be worked around. But
Sure.
even considering that, but go ahead.
Yeah, there's no, I agree. There's lots of stuff, but it's all, it's all drops in the bucket. And your initial statement of perspective was correct. Perspective causes things to shrink uniformly as they move away from you, just like the hallway. And you would expect the sun to do the same.
Right. It's more about the uh, vanishing point, and yeah.
Right. Well, it's kind of like things will there's the vanishing point is the point at which an object becomes too small to see, which isn't the same as something on the horizon being no longer seen. So, if a rocket shot up directly above you, eventually it'd get too small to see. It vanished from your vision, which is not the same as something on the horizon vanishing because you can't see it. Now, things can shrink, out of sight while still being on the horizon. I agree with that.
Okay. Okay.
But
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. The point I'm getting, I linked one video in chat here. You can buy a solar filter for your camera, and you can video the sun, and it shows you its angular diameter. That's the term for something's apparent size, like how big it looks. Like if you held up a grape in front of your eyes, and then someone had a grapefruit across the room, and they appeared the same size, they would have the same angular diameter.
Yeah. Yes, I get it.
Right. Right. Okay. I'm sorry, man. I'm not like trying to
No, no,
condescend.
no.
Some people.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. So the point is that this observation's been done thousands of times with this equipment. You can do it yourself, and the sun and the moon don't change size. So when you claim perspective, I assume you mean it's going to obey the rules of perspective, or it's supposed to shrink, but it doesn't. And that's our confusion about that one.
Right. Well, I can only speculate. I can't give you a definitive answer on that one. But let's go back to a more fundamental argument, like the lack of curvature. Like, all right, well, ships disappearing over the horizon. What do you say about that?
Mm-hmm. I say that there is some confusion about a ship being too small to see and a ship not being able to be seen because it's over a horizon.
So you're saying
sometimes that.
So you're saying, well, like that's what I'm asking. What's your position on that? Which one is it?
Well, it can be both, right? If you're not mathematically far enough away from the horizon for it to be over the horizon, a small boat can still be far enough away that you can't see it. And of course, when you zoom in, you then see it. And that's what I've seen as proof is someone like standing on a hill, zooming in on a boat after they couldn't see it and saying, oh, well, now I can see it.
Right.
But
Yeah, I get that.
They never showed me that it was supposed to be over the curve in the first place. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but the 8 inches per mile squared with such a small boat, it should go over the horizon before you should not be able to see it, I would believe.
Well, that's and I understand that we're just throwing stuff out there, and I understand your point. But what happens is people will throw out all those shoulds, rather than breaking down the math and looking at what the math says it should be. Right. So, a sailboat that's 16 feet tall at 6 miles away, if you're standing at 6 foot up, we could break that down and you'd get like 3-4 feet or something like that. So when I make the observation, I would expect to not see the hull.
Right.
And that's
on the same note, like the Genofredo experiment, seeing skylines across lakes that are, 20, 30, 40 plus miles that you shouldn't even be able to see the top, much less any of it at all. But you can. So how do you 8 inches per mile squared, it just plain doesn't hold up.
Well, I'm going to link a sailboat thing on the side there. You can look at that whenever. But the Genofredo thing, Fredo,
yeah.
Or
anything that, like, how do you explain being able to see something that you shouldn't be able to see because it should be over the curvature of the Earth? It should be down below. To be able to see it, you would have to be either looking around the curvature of the Earth, or through the Earth, or through the wall. Like, how do you explain that away?
So some of those observations she's made are indication of some type of refraction going on, and you can show refraction in your own house if you like to. It's spinning light around an object like a prism.
Right. What we're seeing is a mirage.
Kind of, and you can prove this by taking different observations different times of day, different parts of the year, and you'll see different things. Another point that she made it inadvertently, if you watch several of her videos, is they're done at different distances and some different heights, but you start to you'll see more of something at a greater distance when you should see less of it.
That works on both models. That holds true in both models.
Right. Well, what I'm getting is that if it's not refraction, you would expect to see less at more distance. And the fact that one video will show
if you're going up higher, man. If you're just going up higher, you can see more on that's a moot point to me.
But even if they're down at the same elevation?
Excuse me?
I mean, if they're down at the same elevation, you would expect to see the same or less, right?
I'm not following exactly what you're asking.
I'm
just saying, as you go up higher in elevation, you're going to be able to see more regardless on either model.
I guess I'd have to look through videos and find the exact ones because I'm being way too general right now.
But I mean that's just basic. All right, that's just it's just basic common sense. The higher you go, the further you can see. Even with the atmospheric lensing effect and stuff, as you go higher, the atmosphere gets less dense and you're able to see further and blah blah blah. You're probably going to entrap me into saying some shit that I don't need to say. That's going to make me look stupid, but because you seem intelligent. I don't know. Right. Yeah, go ahead.
I appreciate that. I linked a second video of hers and chat from 39 miles, where half of the CN tower is visible, and that's below the sailboat. The sailboat, the first video, the sailboat is like 6 miles away, and you can't see the bottom of the boat. He zooms in all the way. But the problem is that flat surfaces don't jump up and obscure vision. Like if you're standing on the other side of a parking lot, I can still see all of you, right?
Yeah, it's because it's flat, right?
Yeah, because the parking lot is flat. I'm just assuming that it's literally flat.
Yeah.
So that's that's what we would expect when looking at the CN Tower, Ontario, is that the Earth were flat. We would see the entire thing from any distance at all.
But you're not taking into account
nothing to jump up.
The atmospheric refraction. That was your point you were making. The reason we don't see the whole thing is because of the density of the atmosphere at such a low level above the water. But now, if it was a perfectly clear day, you would be able to see the entire skyline from top to bottom.
Now that's a pretty big statement right there.
That is probably. I mean, you're working around like the fact that we shouldn't be able to see it at all. You're saying, so what you're telling me is that our vision is bending around the curve of the Earth due to the atmosphere. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, man. You're telling me you can see. That reminds me of old Greg. He's like, when he's talking about uh the funk, he's just like, whenever Bootsy Collins drank the funk, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. You need to look up old Greg, but he said he's like, if he felt he could see around corners. Like you're saying that we can see around the curve. Like that just doesn't fly with me. That doesn't make any sense.
Check
That doesn't make any logical sense in my head.
check that last link I just threw in your chat.
Let me see. Watch. Well, I can't go. I'm not gonna go here and do that right now. I mean, I'm in a
Yeah, okay. I'll
live
explain it.
stream.
You can watch it later. All what the guy does is he's got a trash can on the ground. The trash can representing it's a round trash can representing the curve of the Earth, and he's got a photo on its end of the Chicago skyline, and he's got the camera set up so that the curved trash can is obstructing view to the skyline photo, and he places between or sort of the apex of the curve of the trash can between him, the video camera or the observer, and that photo, a prism. It's a triangular piece of glass with water in it.
Yeah.
And when he does that, he can now see around that curve.
So, okay. That
It's a concept, right? It's not,
yeah.
hey, this is exactly what's happening. Because in reality, light bends towards the denser part of a medium.
So now light bends.
Yes, light always bends. Now, how much is the question, right?
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're not going to get anywhere. And I know no, Negator is not a flat earther. He never was a flat earther. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm kind of distracted by the chat. It's just all of the evidence combined. If you're looking at it objectively, it just doesn't hold up. You
Well,
shouldn't be able to see like that much. I don't know.
well, consider this, right? People say you can zoom and you could then see it again, whatever's below the horizon. And I could show you another video of that being, not happening.
Things disappear because they get too far away. They don't actually go over the curve anyway. But
right, and that's why people claim that you should be able to zoom all the way in and then see the object entirely. That's what somebody just said in chat.
you wouldn't because of the atmosphere. Because the atmosphere is dense. I don't know. I'm not following the chat. This is actually a lot of fucking people in here. I didn't realize. I was just doing this as a funny little test. But,
okay. Well, people are really interested in, like I said, man, the big channels, they just ban and block everybody, and it's just an echo chamber of stuff. And I think people are interested in actually debating folks.
right. But like I said, I've also been up for over 24 hours. If you caught me on the first end of the live stream, I've been up for a really long time. I couldn't sleep last night, and I'm not in the best mindset to be doing this, but
That's all right.
in general, like, I don't know.
I mean,
all the evidence taken in together, there's no curvature on Earth, man. There's no measurable curvature. The salt flats and there's just no measurable curvature. There just is none.
well, that's another
we can
one.
try to explain it away all we want, but
Well, it's not really an explain away sort of situation. It's sort of like the shrinking sun or the moon. It's just flatly false. And there's ways that I can.
So you're saying that there is curvature, there is detectable curvature on the Earth?
Absolutely. Let me ask you this.
But there's not. Go ahead.
Well, and I could link videos all day long, but I'll just talk about it. Maybe later we can look at it or what have you. But so two good examples. At ground level, you can pull out a dumpy level. Do you know what a dumpy level is?
No, explain that.
It's a surveying tool. It's basically got a telescope in it. And
is it like a fuck? What's it called?
A theodolite?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not I'm not super up on all this stuff. I know enough about it to explain how it works. I've known a few people that use it. We use them all the time for surveying and road projects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
it's an instrument that all that stuff is already pre-calculated into it, so I wouldn't trust that on my own merit. But go ahead.
The old ones, they literally had a level in it. That's how they determine level. And the electronic ones, for it to be pre-calculated to tell you, like to lie to you. Is that what you're telling me? That it's lying to me about angles?
No, I'm not saying that's lying to you. I'm saying it's based off the assumption of globe math being true of being perpendicular or with the fucking perpendicular with the center of the earth, like on the tangent or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well,
it's I don't know.
What it is. So this is what you could do. If you set one up in your house and you pointed it at the surface of your kitchen table, you would expect the line of sight to cover, to go straight. If you set it up at exactly 4 feet and the kitchen table is 4 feet, you would see straight across. It's to prove that it's level when it says it's level, right? Does that make sense?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Kind of. It's a bad example. I'm sorry, but it would be a way you could look down the length of your table that you know is flat, or that you confirmed the flat as flat with a spirit level, and you could see that, yeah, this dumpy level does show me what level is, and you could take it to a mountain or over water and point it at the horizon, and it'll show you that, if say you're on top of a mountain looking at a building with a known height, if you know your elevation, then you should, let's say you're 240 feet up and you point it at a building 5-10 miles away, it should point at the 240 foot mark on that building.
Yeah.
And when this has been done, and I could link you crap all day long, it always points higher on the building. And when done at sea level over water, it always points at it always shows that level at the horizon, or rather what's level with you, is higher than your elevation.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're saying that tool shows curvature of the earth.
Well, if the earth were flat and you set up your dumpy level 5 feet off the ground and you pointed it at a ship that's also, has a 5 foot mark.
Have you ever actually done this yourself?
Now, is that a valid rebuttal?
I'm asking you, have you ever actually done this yourself?
I have not, no. I've done it with a app on my phone from an airplane, but I haven't actually set up a dumpy level and done it.
Right, well, neither have I.
Well, I mean, I've never performed brain surgery either, but...
And you're going to try to tell me how to do brain surgery, or inform me on it. But that's kind of what you're doing. That's kind of the argument that I'm making, is that you're telling me this.
Okay. Well, no, I don't know how to perform
yourself. Like when I say water needs to be contained within the interior of a container, you're going to just tell me gravity somehow magically holds all the water onto the ball.
Well, now the reason I'm telling you these things is that if flat earthers really wanted to know, these are well within their means to go, these sort of observations to go make and do, and they'd be accurate.
Well, all those calculations are based off the assumption of the ball math being right, and the ball math is demonstrably false.
But there's no calculation. You're simply taking a measurement.
You're taking a measurement from a tool that does the calculation itself.
No, there's literally, it's like saying that a spirit level calculates something. It doesn't calculate anything. It just shows you level.
Yes. Like,
right? Like a ruler, a ruler shows you what 12 inches look like. There's no calculation done.
Yeah, but what defines what 12 inches is? Are you getting my point?
Does. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, but if you're telling me that the ruler is actually 13 inches in length.
No, I'm saying there are pre-existing, already presupposed, assumed. Oh man, like, why are you trying to? I don't know.
All right. I'm sorry. You have to give me 1 minute. I'll be right back.
No. So let me go through the chat real quick. Let me go back. There's been a lot of talking going on. I haven't been able to keep track because this dude's running me off on tangents, which globe earthers are very, very good at. Yeah, I said, yeah, exactly. I said I didn't want to jump around and I want to stay on one subject, and you go from this to a tool and blah, 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 and all over the place. And I don't know. Been up for a really long time. This was supposed to be a test, and this is actually turning into something that I wasn't necessarily expecting. I was not prepared for this shit.
I'm back. My wife came home. I'm going to have to duck out shortly. I heard your last statement. I don't want to pound it into you. I'm just
Well, you're not gonna pound it into me. Like, you're not gonna convince me. This whole thing was. I know what the truth is. I know what the truth is, and the heliocentric model is blatantly false. And like we could sit here and go back and forth all day, but you're just gonna. I mean, we're not ever gonna reach a consensus. Ever.
Well, I mean, that could be true if you either
Lack of
refuse
integrity.
to.
Fuck off, curved water. Fuck off.
Well, what he's
Fuck
getting,
off.
what he's getting at um, is that some of the things we've talked about are basic observations you can do, and the results don't conform with what you're telling me about reality, right?
False. Well, the observations I'm telling you, you saying I'm saying they do conform with reality, and you're saying they don't. Like are our observations different?
Well, which are you talking about?
And why am I seeing no curve, but you are seeing curve?
Well, what have you done to see it?
What do you mean? What have I done to see it? I've done everything. I'm almost positive that I've done everything that you've done. What have you done?
Well, I mean, have you taken a dumpy level to a mountain or to the ocean?
Have
That
you?
would, that would be how you would measure. Like that's how we
Have
measure
you?
curvature. No, I haven't, and I don't think I need to. The only reason I wanted to bring that up was to give you a way to go do it accurately, right? To show curve. Another example would be, a balloon with a rectilinear lens. That's a lens that has zero distortion to it at 100,000 feet. Also,
Yes, high altitude balloon footage,
yeah,
drone footage.
it shows a
That shows
curved
no curve.
horizon. So, can you show me one that you think?
Everyone that I've ever seen that didn't have some kind of barrel distortion or fisheye lens shows a perfectly flat and level horizon.
The thing is, I hear that a lot, and when pressed for this video, no, not a single one has ever showed it to
Well,
me.
I mean, a video and a picture is just a video and a picture. I mean, they're not alone absolutely proof of anything.
Well, show me any.
They're all over the place, man. I'm not going to do your work for you.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I can show you one that uses a non-fisheye lens, and it shows a curved horizon. And what I'm getting at is
How can I know that that's not just barrel distortion?
well, I can explain that. Uh, the point I'm getting is that so many folks have linked so many videos and been confused about it that now when somebody comes along and sees, oh man, I watched this dozen videos and it was flat Earth videos, and they said that it wasn't a fisheye lens, so it must all be true. So nobody other facts checks these flat Earth videos. And now when someone comes along, they see all these videos and they say, man, look at this mountain of facts and truth, but it's all wrong.
Well, I could say the same thing about say the same thing about all the fucking heliocentric shit.
Well, until you actually go through and take a look at it.
Tell me how you see how someone from the USA and Australia can view the moon at the same time.
Well, I mean, the moon is going to be visible by half of the Earth at any given time. So
No, incorrect. If you want to go and look up some math, I'll send you want a link. I'll give you a link. Hang on. That's not true.
That's not
according to your math your model's math. Here, let me see.
This would be a new one to me.
This thing is just a big. It's from Stack Exchange Astronomy. They do a bunch of math and a bunch of fancy math. All it's saying is that it's somehow saying that you can see the Earth, or someone on completely opposite sides of the Earth will be able to see the moon at the same time.
Yeah, two opposite sides are 12,500 miles apart, which can be both in the same half, right? Because the half is cut down the middle, and the middle is 12,500 miles apart. For both of those observers,
but you're looking out of 360 degrees.
No, it's 180.
No, out of 360, the circumference of the Earth being 180 degrees opposite of each other. That's what I'm saying. How? So you'd have to be looking through the Earth for one of them. I'd have to be looking through the Earth to see the moon at the same time.
Okay, do this. Take an orange.
I'm not going to do anything.
Well, let me explain. If you took an orange and you stuck like a pencil through it from end to end, so that you know the two ends are opposite each other, and place that orange on a table on the other side of your room with the pencil being perpendicular to your line of sight. Can you see both pencil ends sticking out of each side? Of course you can.
Perpendicular, dude. Come on, man. That is not a fucking practical example at all. That
But
is
they're
not at
opposite
all a
sides.
practical example.
Both of
You're
those
comparing. You're
points are.
saying how, dude? You're saying some the Earth. The man, you're not, dude. You can't do that. You can't do. You can't use that as an example because that's not a practical example.
Why not? You have
Because it's
two,
a pencil through an orange. It's not two people standing on opposite sides of a 360-degree sphere and seeing the same moon.
but they both represent opposite sides of a 360-degree sphere, right?
But you can't put your perspective onto that. Though the pencil tips are not the perspective. Are not. You don't get what I'm saying.
They are on the surface of the spherical object, right?
But you are not. Your perspective is not. Like you aren't. You're not. Like I'm not. Like all right. Use your example.
Mhm.
I can't put my perspective. Like put my eyeball on one end of that pencil, and then you put your eyeball on the other. I don't know, dude.
I see. No, I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. I should have clarified. When I'm saying you set this up, you personally, you represent the moon, your position. You're looking at the.
You realize how small we are compared to the Earth, right?
Well, hang on. I understand, but um, anything that has elevation on that sphere means um, I- represent the moon. And if you can see those 2 points on the left and the right side of that orange, that means that they can see you. The
False.
same way.
Dude, the margin, like you wouldn't even be able to see the pencil, like with our how small we are compared to the size of the Earth. The pencil you wouldn't be able to see. You wouldn't even be able to see the pencil because it would barely be sticking out of each side of the orange.
I mean, you could cut down the pencil to be just a hair above the surface of the orange. If you whip out a set of binoculars, though, you can
Right.
still see it, right?
No.
No?
No.
Hmm.
You're explaining this away, and I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, what would be blocking the line of sight from the surface of that orange to you? Nothing. It would have to be on the other side of that 180 degrees for the orange to be in the way.
That's a terrible, terrible, impractical example.
Why? Shoot, you don't even need a pencil. You can put a black dot on either side and go sit
I think your
across.
20 minutes is up, isn't it? Ain't you got to go?
Hey, man, I mean, I hope I made you think about this. Right?
Like I told you, man, I know the truth, and you're not like.
What you know doesn't comport with what we observe in reality, like I showed you.
You didn't show me anything. You just gave me a bunch of impractical examples.
Well, the people that measure the Earth use dumpy levels and theodolites. If you want to measure the Earth, that's what you need to do. If you want to make observations from YouTube, then do that, but it won't be very accurate. Likewise, those. Remember the high altitude balloon footage?
What about it?
Well, I can link you one that uses a rectilinear lens with zero distortion that shows zero distortion at ground level. Lots of straight.
It's still just a picture.
It's still a picture. So pictures don't. So that means that you can throw out any picture at all.
Yeah. I mean, pictures are just pictures. Like none of them are absolute proof in themselves.
So why? Pictures are just pictures.
Just like math is just math. Math is a tool to be used.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these things are just tools. They're not.
Well, why did you reference a YouTube video with a picture?
You referenced the YouTube video with a picture.
You mentioned Jenniferdo, right?
Yes.
Right.
Because you shouldn't be able to see that, but you're telling me our vision is bending around the curvature of the Earth to see those things whenever they should be hidden behind the curve.
Right, but you brought that up as proof, but now you're telling me that videos aren't proof.
None of them are absolute proof. I didn't bring that up as proof. I brought that up as a practical example. You're telling me that you're telling me, dude, that is so fucking silly. You're telling me that our vision is bending around the curve of the Earth to see shit that should be hidden behind miles of curvature.
No, not miles.
With longer distances, yes.
Less than a degree, like a half a degree. A few arc minutes at that.
Arc minute.
Well, it's a unit of
No, I know what it
millimeters.
is. I know what it is.
Right? They talk about lots of
It's just
bending
another way to
effects.
obfuscate the truth
Well,
and
no,
to convolute it. Yes, it is.
but those are accurate terms. It's like using millimeters, centimeters, and meters. You don't
Right.
obfuscate with that stuff. You just accurately describe what you're doing.
You can obfuscate with that stuff. That just like you can obfuscate with math.
Well, you can obfuscate with words. Math describes just like words
Yeah, which
describe.
is what you're doing.
Well, I, I'm not sure how.
I think you just strongly. I don't know, man. I think you just strongly believe this. I
There's
mean,
nothing.
you're gonna believe this regardless. If like you are not, even it like hypothetically,
Mhm.
the Earth is flat. You know, if it even, it doesn't matter what the truth is. You're gonna believe the heliocentric model because that's what you've been raised to believe.
No, that's well. First of all, that's really insulting, right? Like you assuming what I've been raised to
That
believe.
hey,
And
dude, hey, dude, insulting, right? Aren't
I'm
you the one that came into my chat insulting me? Should we go back up to the chat and see what you said to me at first? Or wait, it's already all gone.
I don't remember. I know Curd might have insulted you. I don't think I insulted you.
No, maybe your buddies did.
Well, I apologize on his behalf.
No, dude, don't. You're good.
All I'm getting at is that things like the sun not shrinking, or the moon, for that matter, are both observable, and they don't comport with what you're telling me. Or using a dumpy level to measure where the horizon is versus where it should be, and that doesn't comport with what you're telling me. And so these are, when you say it's flat, well, if that were the truth, then these observations wouldn't be what they are.
Yep. Right. Yeah, I wasn't prepared for this. I don't know. I probably shouldn't let you on because I was not prepared for a debate.
Well, I don't want to, you're not like losing cool points. I don't.
It's not about cool points, dude. It's about the truth.
Well,
It's about
then,
the truth.
then research what I'm telling you. Like I
I
want
have
you.
researched it. I've been through it. I've been doing this shit for 2 years of my life, dude. And
Well,
you're just using the same arguments that they all do.
but why is it that no flat earther has ever done either of these basic arguments and observations? Not a one has
Why
taken a
is it that
dumpy
you're
level up.
saying? Why is it you're citing them, but you have never even done them yourself?
I don't need to because I'm not the one questioning it.
Why aren't you questioning it? Even
Because there's no.
wait, yeah, no, wait, yes, you are questioning it, or else you wouldn't be here arguing with me.
Well, that's true. I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't know a lot of these things a couple of years ago, and by people like you presenting these questions, I went and found out. And I did a few things on my own. You can measure the angular diameter of the moon, no problem, because there's no glare to worry about. You can download a theodolite app to your phone, and when you go up in a plane, see that the horizon as it comes
You're
across
obviously
low.
you've obviously been doing this for a long time.
Well, you said you've been doing it for 2 years. Why shouldn't
I
I?
haven't been arguing. I've been researching. I haven't been formally debating with people.
Okay, well, I don't need to have done a formal debate either, but when somebody says, well, the horizon should be where it should be on a flat Earth, I say, well, how do I test that? I go find out, and then I do it. Didn't require someone to
But do
come.
you actually do it?
Well, like I said, I did it with a phone app. It's not the best observation. It's pretty good. Right? Like
I'm dumb as fuck. Right.
no, dude, I'm not calling you
No, no,
dumb.
no, no. I know what you guys do. I know what y'all do. Y'all headhunt flat earthers and y'all come make them feel stupid because you come up with all these fucking convoluted arguments that all of them use. And I wasn't prepared for this. This is supposed to be kind of a fun thing.
Okay, well, look, man, all I care about is that when you walk away, instead of going and watching a bunch of FE videos that try to explain some of this stuff, that you do exactly what I'm saying, and then see that what
Why
I'm
would
telling
I
you.
do what you're telling me to do whenever you haven't even done it yourself?
I'm not sure why is that relevant.
Dude, that's so hypocritical for
Okay,
you to tell me to go do shit to prove something to myself that you haven't even done to prove to yourself.
okay, so let's say I do it and I get the
You're
same
taking it.
result.
No, we're not saying let's say anything. No, 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 no. We're not saying let's say anything.
Okay,
We're done with that.
so
We're, we're,
I did
we're done
these.
with the impractical examples.
So, but it just sounds like these are excuses for you not to make these observations in the manner in which I'm describing,
What like
right? I mean, that's what this is, right? I'm not going to
That's
make this
not what this
observation until
is.
you do make the observation, right? And
I am trying to wake. I'm trying to wake.
I
This
guarantee you.
motherfucker, I guarantee you he's done this before. They do this before, or they wouldn't have come here all at the same time and piled into this shit.
Well, look, man, you're right. I'm not going to change your mind if you're going to ignore the practical examples that you
I'm
can
not
easily
ignoring
do.
anything, dude. I've come to my own observations because I think for my fucking self and I don't take NASA's or anybody else's word for it or any other fucking tool's word for it that I can't prove for myself. These are
Well,
my own observations and my own
so
uh
which
me thinking for
personal
myself, thinking critically.
okay, so which personal observations you made that makes the Earth flat?
There's no curvature. Water
No, no, no.
must
I
be
want
no, no listen,
what
don't no no
observation?
no no.
You're making a statement. What observation did you make to
I've
prove that?
seen this. Water doesn't
Where?
fucking curve.
And why do you think it should curve in a way that you would see?
Cause water curves on a fucking dude. On the this is fucking ridiculous. All right, hang on just a second. Hang on. I should have had this list up a long time ago. I forgot I had these. Um shit. Hang on a second. It's gonna take me a second. I gotta pull it up.
I guess while you're doing that, my issue with the "well, have you personally done it" argument, that means I need to have personally done everything in the world to be able to trust that it works. I've never built an internal combustion engine, but I know that my car works.
Yeah, but you know that it works because never mind. Hang on, let me look
I've
this up.
never built one. Remember that. I don't know how it works. Right? I've got a basic understanding,
Hang on.
but I mean, you see where that's sort of a fallacious argument, right?
Yeah. I mean, just hang on.
Okay.
I do kind of understand what you're saying, but I don't necessarily agree.
I mean, I understand it would be awesome if I could say that I've done these things, and maybe one day I will.
Hang on a second.
But it doesn't. Like I said, all I wanted to lay out is, hey, this is a framework for how you could do it to the standard that all of us would like to see.
See. Damn, why is this such shitty quality? I can barely read this. Hang on.
So you can link it in the Google chat to me right here, whatever it is.
No, it's a personal document on my computer.
Okay.
Um. Oh, okay. I say water must be contained, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you say to that? Water must be contained within the interior of a container and not on the exterior of a shape.
So the couple of questions I have is that it must be contained. So why doesn't the water go up on a flat Earth? Because it's not going up and around Earth.
What do you mean up on? What do you mean?
Well, it's down on a sphere Earth is towards the center, up is away from the center.
No, down is lower in elevation, and
Well,
up is higher in elevation.
right, but on a spherical Earth, that's towards the center or away from the center.
No, it's based on terrain formation and elevate. It's based on elevation. It's not based on. Well, I guess yeah. Never mind. I think I get. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like, you stick a thing of Play-Doh to the edge of a basketball. The top of the Play-Doh is further from the center than the bottom of the Play-Doh.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
misunderstood. Sorry.
yeah. So water doesn't go up, doesn't go away from a sphere Earth, and just on a flat Earth, water also doesn't go up; it goes down.
What do you, I'm not really making the connection. Like when I say it must be contained, and I can prove that with a practical, provable experiment using the scientific method. When I fill up a cup with water,
Mm-hmm.
and then on the other hand, whenever I put water on the outside of a ball,
Mm-hmm. Well,
your argument's going to be gravity. You're going to have to come back and say gravity. That is going to be the only possible rebuttal that you will have.
well, I mean, we can get there. My first question is, when you say contained, is a cup fully contained, or is it only contained on one side,
Cup,
two sides?
it's contained within the interior versus the exterior.
Right, but the water's not going up out of the top of the cup.
It is if you overfill it. Like I don't get. What are you saying, dude?
Okay, so the water has to go a direction, right? It has to go down. It can't go
No, it
down.
doesn't have to go down. It finds its it finds its rest. It finds its level.
But if you pour it onto your, yeah, level being, least potential energy within the cup, right? It's not on the side of the inside of the cup. It's as close as it can be to the bottom of the cup.
It, I
Right.
mean,
Yeah, it's not
it's
going in.
contained within the interior of a container.
Right, but it's not. There's nothing containing it on the top of it. There's something else keeping it inside that cup. That's what I'm getting at. It's not the cup.
Density. The water is more dense than the air that it's in.
Okay. Well, couldn't the density argument also work on a spherical Earth?
No,
Why not?
because you need gravity.
Well, no, but let's do it the way you want to do it, where something's density determines up and down, and up and down is arbitrary on a flat Earth, right? Like it's like a universal galactic down and a
No, it's not arbitrary. It's just unexplainable.
Okay. Well, what if it were unexplainable on a round Earth,
But
being
it's
that towards the center?
I'm not following you here, dude.
Well, I'm taking your own. I'm trying to apply the standards you apply to flat Earth and apply them also to the globe Earth.
We'll just stick with the cup. Like I say, water must be contained within the interior of a container. I take a container and I put water in it. Okay, it's in the interior of the container versus the exterior.
Right. Well, the container is keeping the water from going down. It's keeping the water from going left or right, but it's
On
not
the
keeping the
ball,
water from going
water
up.
is on the exterior. There is no interior on a ball, is what I'm saying. There's nowhere for the water to be contained on a ball without gravity.
Well, again the same. Let me see if I can rephrase this without. I don't want to get too frustrated or make you too frustrated.
No, you're not frustrating me. I'm passionate about my argument, so go ahead. You're just what's frustrating to me is that you're not listening to me. You're trying to bend it and twist it into your own like you make a the scientific method. You make a hypothesis. My hypothesis: water must be contained within the interior of a container, never the exterior. What is the container on the ball?
Okay, so let's say I glue this cup to my ceiling. Will that container keep the water in?
No,
It's still a container, though.
you're
It's the
getting
same
you
container.
just say gravity has to hold the water to the exterior of the ball. Just say it. Just say it. That's what you're gonna have to. That's what you're gonna have to say.
Well, eventually, but I'm trying to figure out what keeps water on a flat. Your argument is the container, right? It's the container that keeps the water from
In a
going.
level and contained system, down. It just goes down, like you were saying.
So there is an arbitrary down.
Define arbitrary real fast.
Well, made up just because. Like we don't really know why. It just
No,
is.
on flat Earth, there's not. On flat Earth, it's not explainable. It's not arbitrary. It's just not explainable.
Well,
I can't.
that's what arbitrary basically is.
Hang on.
Like if I had a rule in school and the rule is entirely arbitrary, it's basically made up and has no point or no, there's no reason behind it. It just is. It just does.
See. Based on random choice or personal whim rather than any reason or system. No, it's not arbitrary. It's just there. It's there and it's there, but it's not explainable.
Well, yeah.
Unexplainable, it does not mean arbitrary.
Well, not based on any reason or.
They're not synonyms. So no, it's not like on the globe, up and down is arbitrary. But on the flat Earth, no, it's just unexplainable. It's not arbitrary.
No, well, that's. I mean, that's that's what arbitrary is. Okay.
No, it's not. No, it isn't, man. Go look up the damn definition. It is not. There's not a synonym even close. The closest one.
Rather than any reason or system. There's no reason or system to explain down on a flat Earth, right?
Based on random choice or personal whim rather than any reason or system. Capricious, whimsical, random, chance, unpredictable, unmotivated, unreasoned, unsupported, irrational, illogical.
Mm-hmm. And that's
just because it can't be explained doesn't mean it's arbitrary. It just means it can't be explained. You're missing my point.
No, but that's literally what can't be explained means.
No, it isn't. all right. Let's move on. We're obviously not getting anywhere on this. Okay.
I am curious why should if I took a basketball and poured water on it, why do you think, given gravity, that the water should stick to the basketball?
It shouldn't stick to the basketball.
It shouldn't. So when you say you pour water on a ball and it comes off, that doesn't disprove the sphere Earth, right?
It does.
Water shouldn't. It does?
Yes.
Huh.
How you? That's what I'm saying with a practical, provable example that we can prove in real life, measurable natural science that we can prove using the scientific method.
All right, but what about gravity says that ball should make water stick to it?
You tell me.
Well, it doesn't. I agree with you. You need an object of enough mass that is
See, that's
also.
just the way to explain. That's just that you can't prove that, man. You can't prove it. It's just you can't you can't prove gravity because we're so close and the Earth's mass is so big. The gravitational pull is so strong that we can't test gravity.
Well, that's all true.
It's not explained. That's not you can't prove that with the scientific method.
Well, what you can do is
You can fill up a cup with water and see that it is contained within the interior of a shape.
right. I mean, until you turn that cup upside down, right? That's no longer.
See, there you go, and you're going back to the same argument.
Well, if the reason for it not going anywhere is the container, then I would assume that I could turn that container any direction. Otherwise, there's a second attribute. There's a second something happening.
Water finding its level, like what causes that? On a plane, it's density. On a flat plane, it's density. It can be easily explained by density, but on a ball, you need gravity, and gravity is arbitrary.
Yeah, to a point it is. Yeah, I agree.
No, not to a point. It is wholly and entirely. You cannot test it with the scientific method.
You actually can if
How?
you look. So everything they say.
How can you test gravity?
Well, I'm telling you right now.
How can you test gravity?
I'm telling
without going off on some convoluted explanation.
Well, I'm telling you right now. This is another. This is something you can do in your own home. It's a variation of something called a Cavendish experiment. And what you're trying to do is take objects of high mass and over time show that
of how high mass.
Well, so in this case, and I can show you videos if you like, and I'll just explain it. Guy took a ladder, like an 8-foot ladder, and like a V shape. I forget what the technical term for that one is. So it sets up on its own. And he hung at the bottom of that ladder in between a styrofoam rectangle. It looked like it was about 3 feet in length and maybe 4 inches across. And he hung it with fishing line on each end. And then on each end of it, he placed like maybe a brick, right? And then he put it in his garage. He ensured there's no biases for it. And then about 6 inches away from each brick, one on, let's say if the brick at the 12 o'clock position, he placed a bowling ball or a weight. Something.
You're yanking me all over the place, man.
Well, I mean, I can show you a video if you like. You just want to watch the video.
I mean, the video isn't going to.
Okay, well, the bottom line is that the 2 bricks on the end of this suspended styrofoam rectangle, because the bricks are of the same weight, neither of them were pulled closer to the earth. So they're completely suspended, completely balanced. Now, the styrofoam was suspended just a few inches above the ground, and on the ground near those bricks, on the north brick to the right of it, he placed a weight, and on the south brick to the left of it, he placed another weight about 5 inches apart. Time-lapse video, an hour or two later, those bricks had rotated towards those weights.
Yeah, I've actually seen one of those experiments where they did that with wood, but that could easily, like airflow, like that's not a foolproof experiment.
No, I agree that there could be other contributing factors, and
it is most definitely attributed to other contributing factors.
Well, most definitely means we've redone the experiment, redone it. And
you got to be able to prove gravity, man. Gravity is you want us to talk about arbitrary. Gravity is arbitrary. You cannot even test it. And what you're saying has been tested to prove gravity, did not prove anything because it did not prove gravity because all these different other factors.
Well, now hang on. Remember, you're dismissing an experiment based on factors that could be a problem, not that they were a problem. That they were.
But you're trying to prove. I'm dismissing. You're trying to prove something based on factors based on that same thing, on that same argument.
So because if it were wind or air, you would be able to observe it the same amount of time it took to attract those 2 other objects. And if it moved, then yes, it would be air. If it didn't move, it means there's no air. Or you ensure that there simply is no airflow to that.
No, because once the airflow doesn't flow in between the objects anymore. Therefore, it stays. All right. No, man.
Why would the air be flowing in the first place in a garage with closed doors? But anywho,
you're really fucking good at this. I'll give you that. You're really good at arguing from a fucking arbitrary point of view. You're really good at arguing without merit. I'll give you that.
But there is merit. This has been done. You can do it yourself.
I've seen it done.
Right.
But it's an arbitrary experiment because the other contributing factors are more than likely the cause of that rather than gravity. You know, and on the same note, you know, they said you can't test gravity because Earth's gravitational pull is so strong due to its large mass. Like you wouldn't be able to test it anyway, even with that. Like never mind.
Okay. Well, look, remember, you're the one telling me more than likely, but with zero evidence.
But you're telling me without a doubt.
Absolutely, because I know that it was controlled for, and it still produced the same results. In fact, when he switched locations of those,
how do you know that unknown contributing factor isn't just causing the same results each time?
So why would they go opposite directions based on where the other objects were?
What does that have to do? Like what?
Well, you would think if it were airflow, it would cause it to rotate the same direction all the time, right?
Same with gravity, would it not? What causes it to move opposite direction?
No. What I'm saying is that when he moved he changed the positions of the other high mass objects, and then it was pulled that direction. And then it did it again, and it was pulled the same direction each time.
Yeah, I don't know. You need to send me that link. I need to see what you're talking about before I can argue on it.
Okay. And like I said, all I really would rather folks do is just do it. You know, do the argument. I'm looking at it now.
But
do the experiment because it's super basic.
We've been on this for a while, so I think you're kind of misleading me saying you only had 20 minutes. It's supposed to be a.
No, you're right. I got 2 minutes to get to work, and it's a 10-minute drive. So, I tell you what, Jim Panda in chat is a nice guy. If you don't mind British folks,
I love
talk.
One of my favorite people is Dell from Beyond the Imaginary Curve, and he's Scottish and he has a terrible accent. So.
Okay, well, I appreciate you having me on, and I hope you check out.
Yeah, man, and I do apologize for any unmerited hostility that I may have given. Like your asshole buddy there is kind of like fucked with me a little bit. And I'll give you this: you're really good at arguing your point, but we just have conflicting points of views, and our observations don't match each other's observations. We're not basing them. We're not getting. I don't know. All I'm saying is that I apologize for any unnecessary hostility, and that is attributed to your asshole friends. And I will be better prepared next time, and I hope to see you again.
Okay, man. Take care.
You too.